The MW2 Season 3 Reloaded update is going live right now. We're going to go through all of the important changes in this video, including the Mastery Camo Challenge event, how to unlock those camos, all of the important weapon nerfs and buffs, a bunch of features in DMZ, night vision goggles being added, a new night map, a bunch of crazy stuff to go through here in this video. Be sure to subscribe for more cut-out videos like this. Of course, timestamps will be down below if you want to skip around to a certain part here. But first off, again, we have the new event, Season 3 Reloaded Camo Challenge. So our seasonal event is a follow-up to the popular camo challenges we had in Season 2. Complete one weapon category challenge to unlock a new camouflage for every weapon in that category. Complete all 10 to earn another new camo for every weapon category, plus a special weapon charm that shows you mastered the Reloaded Trophy Hunt. So the challenges, again, are for ARs, 250 operator kills, battle rifles, 30 headshot kills, SMGs, 3 operator kills without dying 30 times, shotguns, 30 hipfire operator kills, LMGs, 50 operator kills while mounted, marksman rifles, 25 long shot operator kills, sniper rifles, 30 long shot kills, handguns, 50 kills, launcher, 40 kills. Really standard stuff there. Pretty cool. And for the trophy hunt event, players can no longer actively earn trophies or tokens, but they could still spend them on rewards in the in-game events tab, which is also pretty cool there. For maps here, again, I'm not going to go through too much of this here because we know what we're getting here. Albar and Hatchery 6v6, very cool stuff there. We talked about that in a video yesterday. Calling cards here, improved user experience while navigating through calling card challenge menu. That sounds cool. See your favorites, tracked and owned items. That's cool. View calling cards from a specific game mode and preview mastery cards from a specific season. For some gameplay changes here, we have a challenge to unlock the Cronin Squall's Socken ZX grip that's been added there. A challenge to unlock the underbarrel drill charge attachment for the cast-off, STB, and TAC-56. Hybrid optics no longer glint while in their low magnification alt modes, and tracer effects can now be applied through the attachment skin customization menu, which is pretty interesting there. For damage feedback visibility, this is actually interesting. So cleared out center of red HUD overlay, reduced overall alpha of red HUD overlay, reduced saturation of vision set flash, reduce distortion amount, and reduce handheld camera noise on bullet damage. That's interesting. I'm going to see how that actually looks in game when I'm playing today. Movement here, camera movement while walking and sprinting has been reduced. Weapon raise delay following parachute landing decreased by 30%. Of course, that's not for MP. Initial sliding acceleration increased by 6%, and the height threshold for single-handed mantling has been increased, allowing for more aggressive traversal. So these are solid movement changes here again, making it seem like they're trying to speed things up a little bit, make things a bit more smoother, which I definitely appreciate. We'll see how that looks in game, obviously. Hopefully, this really helps out the game here. This is more for Warzone, but it should help MP out a little bit as well. Now, of course, we have some new weapons here today. The FTAC Siege handgun. We have the GS Magna handgun and some equipment here. The Throwing Star. I'll be going through a bunch of videos today on how to unlock these weapons, the fastest way to do so. I'll go through how to unlock them real quick for you guys here, actually. So for the FTAC Siege, you have to get 50 hip-fire operator kills with handguns. Pretty solid stuff there. For the GS Magna, you have to get 30 headshot operator kills with the .50 GS. Solid stuff there. And the Throwing Star, seems like you're getting 50 operator kills with the throwing knife. So that's that there. Now for weapon balancing, these are some big changes here. First off, we have first raise. The delay between first equipping a weapon and being able to fire it has been decreased across numerous weapons. W change there. Again, just making things a bit faster, a bit more smooth. Love that there. We also have quick raise and quick drop. So quick raise and quick drop speeds have been uniformly increased, allowing for more rapid deployment of equipment, which is further improved by fast hands. Another W there. This should have been here at the launch of the game. This game, I mean, I do enjoy MW2 MP and Warzone 2 as well, but a little too slow, man. These movement functions and how you play the game, just a little too slowed down from previous CODs. So these are definitely great changes here to see. For armor damage here, maximum armor damage values have been added to all assault rifle, battle rifle, submachine gun, and light machine guns. These values will assist in slowing down a close range time to kill. That's also great as well, so making it so you're not getting melted right in front of a player, which is another W change there. Minimum armor damage has been adjusted or added to several weapons to increase their viability at longer ranges. See weapon changes below for details. So it seems like they're making some massive changes here. Again, a lot of these are for Warzone specifically, but these do transfer over to MW2 MP as well. For handguns here, seems like these are all Warzone changes. The Basilic, minimum armor damage increased. P890, minimum armor damage added. X12, minimum armor damage added. Same thing for the X13, auto armor damage added. So that's that there. For SMGs here, we have the Bas P, ADS speed increased, headshot damage multiplier decreased, maximum damage increased, maximum damage range increased, mid-far damage increased, mid-far damage range increased. Now for Warzone here again, minimum armor damage, minimum damage increased, minimum damage range increased, and reduced first raise animation time. So a bit of a mixture here of nerfs and buffs, but overall seems to be pretty good here. Lockman sub, burst fire, minimum damage increased. Again, for Warzone, mini back, same thing here for Warzone. MX9, minimum armor damage added for Warzone again. The Vaznev, maximum damage range decreased. Another Vaznev nerf here. Crazy stuff. For assault rifles here, we have the Chimera. Semi-auto, minimum armor damage added for Warzone. Reduced first raise animation time. That's cool there. ISO here, maximum damage decreased, of course. Mid damage decreased. Minimum damage decreased, a lower torso multiplier increased, and extremities multiplier decreased. So overall, seems like another nerf there, which makes complete sense, honestly. For the Cast F545, close mid damage range decreased, mid damage range decreased, and minimum armor damage added for Warzone again. Cast off 762, semi-auto minimum damage increased or added for Warzone. Extremities multipliers decreased. Cast off 74U, minimum armor damage added for Warzone. Lockman 556, close to mid damage increased, which is pretty cool. Maximum damage range increased. Mid damage range added. Minimum armor damage again for Warzone. Semi-auto minimum armor damage for Warzone. And upper torso multiplier increased. So seems like a little bit of a buff there. That's pretty cool. M16. It's got to be a buff, right? Close to mid damage range increased. Yep. Maximum damage range increased. Again, the damage thing for Warzone. Cooldown time between bursts decreased. That's really good. And reduced first raise animation time. So overall, a solid buff there for the M16. M4 here, same thing for Warzone. Armor damage, reduced first raise animation time. So a slight buff as well. We have the M13B, ADS speed increased slightly. That's good. Damage ranges increased. Hip spread accuracy increased slightly. Minimum damage for Warzone and reduced first raise animation time. For TAC 56, maximum damage range decreased. A slight nerf there, seems like, for the TAC 56, which again makes a lot of sense. For battle rifles here, FTAC Recon, auto fire, minimum damage increased for Warzone, minimum armor damage for Warzone, and reduced first raise animation time. Lockman 762, again for Warzone there. I can't keep reading all of these here, but it's the same thing. Minimum armor damage increased and minimum armor damage added for these weapons here. The SO14, armor damage for Warzone, lower torso multiplier increased, maximum damage increased. And okay, so that's actually interesting. So a little bit of a buff there overall. TAC V, armor damage increase for Warzone, semi-auto minimum armor damage again for Warzone as well. Shotguns here for the Bryson 800, that for Warzone, and mid damage increased, which is interesting. Bryson 890, armor damage increase for Warzone, and a mid damage increase. So shotguns are getting a bit of a buff here, it seems like. Lockwood 300, just armor damage added for Warzone. Interesting stuff there. For LMGs here, HCR 56, armor damage added for Warzone. The Rap H, reduced first raise animation time. And the Socket MG 38, reduced first raise animation time. So cool stuff overall. Seems like a lot of actually interesting weapon changes, and especially the movement changes as well. Can't wait to test all of that out later on today. But for attachments here, we have ammunition. First, for explosive, bullet velocity decreased. The .500 snake shot tuning enabled. The .300 blackout, maximum armor damage added. Laser here, laser visibility decreased. We have the canted vibro .7 now blocks core BP2 under barrel. The 7MW canted laser now blocks core BP2 under barrel. Okay, for the magazines here, Fennec double tap mod, maximum armor reserves increased, maximum armor damage for Warzone, all that stuff, starting ammo increased. That's pretty interesting. For the STB 556, single tap mod, cooldown time between shots decreased. That's cool. I mean, I'm not ever using that, honestly. Not gonna lie, but I guess that's cool there. Now, for some more stuff here, the magazine adjustments below apply to all attachments depending on whether they are larger or smaller relative to a weapon's base magazine capacity. These changes will mean, on average, larger capacity magazines are considerably less punitive, and smaller capacity magazines offer substantially more upside. That's actually interesting there. So for large mags here, ADS speed penalty decreased, and movement speed penalties decreased. Small, well, that's actually pretty good overall. For small mags here, ADS speed benefit increased, and movement speed benefits increased, and then sprint to fire speed benefit increased. So I guess like it's a dual buff, but they're buffing the small mags more than the large mags. But still, for the large mags there, ADS speed penalty decreased and movement speed penalties decreased. That's actually a big W there. So Can't wait to see how that's going to work in game. For muzzles here, Lockshot KT85, horizontal recoil control decreased, vertical recoil control increased. Optic here, the Kazan Hollow, vertical visibility improved. Stock here, FJX Imperium. We have this one here, aim walking speed benefit increased, aim idle stability penalty increased, and sprint speed benefit increased. The RIB 400 recoil control benefit increased, ADS speed penalty increased, X12 movement speed penalties decreased, X13 auto. The bar stock here, movement speed penalties decreased, the dynamic precision stock movement speed penalties decreased, and the coach whip stock movement speed penalties decreased. For the underbarrels here, Corvus Master Key ADS speed increased, ADS pellet spread decreased, ammo reserve increased, and mid damage range increased slightly. Kill streaks here, we got one change, cluster mine, armor damage decreased for Warzone. Bug fixes here, fix an issue that allowed multiple attachments to be equipped on the same category, resulting in broken or non-functional weapons. That's a good fix there. Fix an issue that prevented death effects from occurring in DMZ and co-op modes. That's interesting. Fix an issue with the FJX Imperium where its penetration level was lower than intended. Fix an issue with the SPX 80 where its penetration level was lower than intended. And fix an issue with the X10 Angel 40 Optic where the depth of field effect was not rendering properly. For some vehicle changes here, we have some adjustments. Exiting a vehicle is now less likely to cause collisions with geometry, and the heavy chopper is better at recognizing when it's in an unrecoverable place and catches fire if struck. So cool stuff there. And some bug fixes I'm not really going to go through there. Audio changes here, improved clarity of auto ascender use sound, improve the mix of precision airstrike and mortar strike kill streaks, particularly at a distance. Bug fixes here, fix an issue where too much occlusion could happen on entities in the same room as the player. For UI UX changes, let's see what they did here. Adjustments, add an indicator for how to unlock the throwing star in the loadouts tab. Revise the calling card challenge screen to make progress tracking clearer and enable sorting and favoriting. That's really cool, as we talked about. In the Camos menu, make it clear that gold and platinum need to be unlocked first before polyatomic can be progressed. That's pretty cool. Edit indicator for how many skins are available when selecting an attachment. In loadout menus, display available loadouts as 2 rows on a single page instead of a horizontal scroll. That's actually a really big change there. We have improved visual quality of score feed in core multiplayer modes. Added an indicator for when a party double XP event is active and the bonus is in effect. Made various improvements to the gunfight UI in game, and added national flags calling cards, which a lot of people have been asking for there, and a bunch of bug fixes as well. So those were all the major general global changes across MW2 and Warzone 2. I'm gonna have separate videos going through in depth what changes were made for MW2 multiplayer in specific, for Warzone 2 as well, because there's actually a lot of changes and updates here to the core gameplay. And for DMZ, I will have a separate video going through the new location, new Easter eggs, stuff like that. But I do want to mention quickly what we're getting here for DMZ at the end of this video, because it is pretty interesting. We have the Koshi Complex new exclusion zone. Deploy to Al Mazrah and access one of 4 unique entrances to explore the dark secrets of the facility. Look out for an incoming intel drop with a look at DMZ's newest play space. For general here, night vision goggles. Gear up and go dark with the night vision goggles. So this is kind of like the night map we've been talking about. It's going to be on Al Mazrah though, and in a separate location, but it's what they were hinting at, and it's what we're getting here, which is so cool. And there's also a bunch of updates as well. I want to go through, make a separate video, look at the in-game changes to show you guys, exactly what is changed here and what improvements were made. I want to focus more on that for a specific DMZ video, but for now, cool stuff there. Definitely be sure to subscribe. We're going to be doing a bunch of videos on Season 3 Reloaded, going through again how to unlock the new weapons, the new DMZ exclusion zone, even Warzone ranked play as well. We're going to be covering it all on the channel. Shout out to the YouTube channel members as always, and I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream. Peace out, guys.